Hi, I'm Deanna Witkowski. I'm a pianist, I'm a composer, I'm a jazz musician, and I'm also a church musician. You know, in jazz we have a standard repertoire, a body of tunes that all jazz players learn. Most of these tunes are from the 20s, 30s, and 40s, the Great American Songbook with composers like Cole Porter or George Gershwin. As an arranger, every time I perform these tunes with my trio, I do something different with them. I change the harmony, I totally change the form. I just want to make the tunes new. Similarly, in church music, we have a standard repertoire, a body of hymn tunes. Hymn tunes are just tunes that are religious songs that usually a group of people sing together in community. Many of these tunes date as far back as the 17th century, and we still sing them in churches today. I love using these tunes, which I consider the church's folk music, as melodies that I can arrange for congregations to sing in new ways. My new recording, Makes the Heart to Sing, is a collection of 14 of my jazz arrangements of hymn tunes as played by my instrumental jazz trio, piano, bass, and drums. There are two main reasons why I made this recording and why I arrange hymns at all. One is that these hymn tunes are super well known, but they're known within a really narrow context. They're known as being tunes we do with organ and maybe a large congregation singing, whether they're singing just the melody or four-part harmony, which is beautiful. But sometimes we remove the element of surprise when we know what's coming next every time we sing a piece the same way. I wanted people to be able to re-engage with these tunes in a new way. So for instance, I take the hymn tune How Firm a Foundation, which is from the 17th century, and put a Brazilian baião feel on it. It sounds completely different. I changed the harmony so that with jazz harmony, there's many unexpected twists and turns, and it just adds a sense of newness to the piece. I've created these jazz hymn arrangements to be of practical use for church congregations. I work a lot as a guest music director in churches doing services with jazz music, and every time I do that, I have musicians come up to me and say, "Oh, we love your arrangement of Holy, Holy, Holy. Do you have that written down in a way that's not just with jazz chords and a melody?" Because many musicians are not necessarily jazz musicians. So in response to this need and your questions, I've created a sheet music book that has all 14 of these arrangements, not only with lead sheets, but with fully notated piano parts so that you can share them with your community. I also made sure when my trio went in the recording studio that we presented this music in a way that was very accessible so that you can use the recording and the sheet music together. For instance, every time I do this music in a new congregation, I play an introduction. So we played an introduction. Then we went through and played the melody once in a very straightforward way. Perhaps we had one or two solos, which we don't always do in church, but sometimes we do. And then we played the melody out and perhaps had a little notated ending. So the book and the recording actually go together as a resource for you to share with your community. So whether you're someone who just enjoys jazz instrumental trio, or you're one of my fans who has followed me and wants to see what I'm doing now, or you're a church music director looking for ways to infuse new life into classic hymn tunes, I hope that you'll enjoy my new album, Makes the Heart to Sing. Thank you.